Some crimes stay with us, not because they were the most brutal or bizarre, but because they were never solved. They leave behind unanswered questions, devastated families, and investigators still searching for the truth, years or even decades later. These are the cold cases, unsolved mysteries that have haunted communities and baffled detectives. Today, we're exploring 5 of the most notorious cold cases in American history. And one of them? You might be surprised to learn it's still considered unsolved. Let's begin in Northern California. During the late 1960s, a masked figure begins targeting young couples parked in quiet, secluded areas. He strikes without warning, then disappears into the night. Soon after, newspapers receive chilling letters. They're filled with cryptic ciphers, coded threats, and disturbing claims. The writer calls himself the Zodiac. He claims to be responsible for several killings and threatens to attack again. Police confirm 5 victims, but the Zodiac claims the number is higher. Despite composite sketches, handwriting analysis, and over 2,500 suspects, the killer was never caught. Several of the ciphers he sent have been decoded, while others remain a mystery. Many believe the killer may have died, relocated, or simply stopped. But no charges have ever been filed, and no one has ever been definitively identified as the Zodiac. To this day, it remains one of the most puzzling and disturbing unsolved cases in American criminal history. Now, let's go further back to the year 1892 in Fall River, Massachusetts. A man named Andrew Borden and his wife, Abby, are found lifeless in their home, attacked with a sharp object. Suspicion quickly turns to Andrew's 32-year-old daughter, Lizzie Borden. She lived in the house, had access, and had a strained relationship with her stepmother. Investigators point to inconsistent statements and strange behavior. It was said Lizzie tried to buy poison shortly before the murders and later burned a dress, possibly to hide evidence. The trial that followed became a national spectacle. Newspapers across the country covered every moment, turning Lizzie into one of the most talked about women in America. In the end, the jury acquitted her due to lack of direct evidence. No one else was ever charged. Lizzie lived out her life in Fall River, shunned by neighbors and shadowed by the crime. Despite her acquittal, the public remains divided even today. Did she do it, or was she an easy target in a time when women weren't expected to stand trial for such crimes? We may never know. Despite their efforts, the case didn't get much attention and was eventually shelved. Years later, new investigators reopened the case using updated forensic tools and databases. Still, there were no new leads, no confirmed sightings, no remains. Her disappearance became one of many silent cases that never saw justice. Meg's story highlights the quiet tragedies that never make headlines. The thousands of cases just like hers, unknown, unsolved, and heartbreakingly real. One case that did make national news and left a lasting impact on the country was the disappearance of 6-year-old Adam Walsh. In July 1981, Adam went missing from a department store in Hollywood, Florida. His mother had left him playing near a video display while she shopped just a few aisles away. Moments later, he was gone. What followed was a massive search effort that captured America's attention. 2 weeks later, remains were found in a canal, confirmed to be Adam's. The rest of him was never recovered. The investigation initially focused on a drifter named Otis Toole, who at one point confessed but later recanted. Years of confusion followed, with missed evidence, contradictory statements, and no firm resolution. Eventually, in 2008, police officially closed the case and named Toole as the person responsible. But since he passed away years earlier and inconsistencies remain, not everyone believes the case is truly solved. Out of their unimaginable loss, Adam's parents, John and Reeve Walsh, became powerful advocates for missing children. John created the TV show, America's Most Wanted, which went on to help catch over 1,000 fugitives. Adam's legacy changed how America handles missing children, but the questions about what exactly happened to him remain. Finally, we revisit one of Chicago's most chilling unsolved crimes. In December 1956, sisters Barbara and Patricia Grimes went to a theater to see a movie. They never came home. Their disappearance triggered a massive citywide search, one of the largest at the time. Weeks later, their bodies were found off a quiet roadside. No clear cause of death was determined. Some believed they may have died from exposure to the cold. Others thought foul play was involved. The case grew more complicated as alleged sightings of the girls continued for weeks after their disappearance. Suspects were questioned, but no charges ever stuck. Leads grew cold. The girls' case became one of Chicago's most frustrating mysteries. To this day, no one has been held responsible. The Grimes sisters' story has haunted the city for decades, a painful reminder of how vulnerable even everyday moments can become. So why do some of these cases remain unsolved? Sometimes it's a matter of lost evidence. Other times, witnesses go silent. Or technology at the time just wasn't advanced enough. In many of these cases, early investigative errors caused critical leads to be missed or mishandled. Time passes, memories fade, and families are left with little more than hope and heartbreak. But in recent years, new tools have breathed life into old files. Genetic genealogy, DNA analysis, and even social media sleuths have led to major breakthroughs in long-dormant cases. In fact, several high-profile crimes have been solved in the last few years thanks to emerging forensic techniques. Podcasts and documentaries have also played a role in bringing public attention back to forgotten victims. And cold case units across the country are working harder than ever to find justice, no matter how much time has passed. Still, these 5 stories remain open. The Zodiac Killer may still be unidentified. Lizzie Borden's case may never be fully understood. Meg Matthias is still missing. Adam Walsh's case carries unanswered doubts. And Barbara and Patricia Grimes never made it home. What links them all isn't just the mystery. It's the impact. The families left searching. The detectives still chasing the truth. And the communities forever changed by what was lost. These are more than cold cases. They're reminders of how precious life is, how easily justice can slip away, and how much it matters to keep asking questions. Because even when a case seems frozen in time, hope, determination, and truth can still melt the ice. If you found this video powerful, consider sharing it. You never know who might remember something. And sometimes, all it takes is one new clue to bring a case back to life. Thanks for watching.